everyone. Today is the 13th of June 2022. You are welcome to week 1 of module 3 of our Pebble West Africa training. I'm sure by now you are used to our Pebble training. I am Gloria Aneto, together with my colleague Buhari Hassan, who will join us later. We shall be taking you for classes for weeks 1 and 2 of module 3. In this first week, we shall discuss 1. Understanding different question types and important rules for writing multiple choice questions. 2. Basis of online examination and proctoring. And thirdly, writing test items for continuous assessment and examinations. I believe we are going to learn together and have a fruitful learning experience. Let's start.
Like I said, we are going to examine understanding different question types and important rules for setting multiple choice question in this class. Intended learning outcomes. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain at least 2 different question types, describe the anatomy or structure of multiple choice test item, enumerate at least 15 golden rules of setting multiple choice questions. Different question types. Understanding different question types enables the teacher to properly engage the students, appropriately apply the questions needed at a given lesson or discussion. The teacher will be able to score properly and also grade the students. The following are 4 major categories of question types commonly used in the classroom. Remember, I use the word commonly used because there are very many question types. Managerial question type is used to lead students into the next exercise. For example, when the teacher asks the student, is there any question about the activity you are going to do? So that the students get ready ahead of time. The activity you are going to do, that makes the students to go and prepare that activity. Because you cannot answer this question the teacher has given you if you have not looked or pondered about the next activity. On the other hand, for interviews, the managerial question type is also very useful. For example, when you hear an interview, somebody is told, tell me about yourself, or how do your friends describe you, or what motivates you at work. All these are managerial question types because they want to preempt you, who you are. So that is how this managerial question can be used in the classroom or at the workplace, as the case may be. There's the rhetorical question type. This one is posed for dramatic or persuasive effects. They are used to either remind students what they already know or to emphasize an important point. For example, when we say to the students, we need protein in our diet to help with growth and repair, right? If you look at this question, it's not a question as such, but it's like something you are saying to re-emphasize what is. So that student will be able to put this in mind, knowing that the teacher emphasizing this from time to time or repeating this from time to time means it's quite important, and that keeps the students alert concerning that very issue you are emphasizing every time. That is the persuasive effect here. Then closed versus open question type. Closed questions are used where there is a specific answer or range of answers that must be provided. For example, when you say the change of state that occurs when water changes from solid to a liquid is called, you want the answer to be put there, direct answer, specific answer. And the answer there is melting. Or you say, what is the specific state of solid water to liquid called? You want that specific answer. So in that way, the students do not have any way to put what they think or feel in their own view, but specifically what that answer is. They don't have their own opinion, in short. They are used to practice they are used so that the students can be able to discover retention, misconceptions, and the practice recall. This is the use of that closed question type. Whereas the open provide answers that will draw on students' experiences, opinions, values, and their understanding of the topic at hand. They cannot talk as much as they want. That's why it's open. There is no restriction, so to say. Even though you may give them some words count, like say not more than 250, not more than 500, so that they don't write too much, but they are free to take that question and answer from the angle they choose to take it from, unlike the closed one. We are used to all this. But I want us to note that the closed one can easily become open when we put the word why. Like we have just done here. Why does water change from solid to liquid? Why is this like this and not like that? It is beyond a restrictive answer. You have made it open so that the person can put his own thinking, opinions, experiences to play in answering that question. Higher order versus low order question. In this one, you have to be able to see the cognitive demand, encouraging students to think beyond what is obvious. For example, why are plant leaves green? You have put the word why. You remember I said it's now open. But open because you have now given them the room to be able to see a much higher level of cognitive demand here. To be able to appreciate how much they can visualize the thing in the question at hand. But when you now look at it, you say, for example, now you now want to make it a low order question. Say, what is the color of most plant leaves? Yes, you have asked the question, what is the color? But basically, just say, the color is green. That is like just seeing how much they can recall and observe. Remember, you are not saying why is the color green. By the time you say what changes to why, you have made it higher order. So it's very simple to know the higher order question and lower, and both are very necessary in examining our students objectively and to have quality output in our students. For general knowledge about question types, please click on the link below and you will be very, very much educated when you go to that link. Let us quickly look at important rules for setting multiple choice questions. Let's look at the anatomy of multiple choice test item. A multiple choice question is composed of two parts: a stem that identifies the question or problem, and a set of alternatives, also known as options. And these options contain a key, that is the best answer to the question, and a number of distractors that are plausible but incorrect answers to the question. Incorrect because it's only one answer that an objective must have. Only one answer. One objective question cannot have two answers. That would be that it is not well set. and that correct answer is called the key. The distractors are plausible because they will look like that key. And all these key and distractors are found under alternatives. Hence, we are saying there are just two main parts. The stem, which is carrying the question itself, which is what you want to achieve, and the alternatives. I'm going to show you an example here. This slide is an example of an objective question, a multiple choice question, which has 5 items, which is being discouraged now, that 4 items are just enough and more attractive. However, I still put it there for us to be able to understand this, our distractors or alternatives better. What is the main protocol that is used in the internet, which connects all the computers to the global network? Main protocol used in internet. So when you look at all these options here, they are all like what is used in internet. But remember, the answer is the main that is used in the internet. So if others are not main, only one is main, but others are there to distract you because they are not main. So those distracting the students, they are called distractors, and these are the A to D. And the key is the answer, that is E. And all these options put together, they have a general name of alternatives. And the question is the stem. So I think that is clear enough. And the next one, I will show the 4 options MCQ. And here we are. During what period was James Downing the president of Waterloo? That's the stem. And if you look at the years here, they are so close that you must have observed it in any reading to be able to pick out the correct answer. And in this case here, D is the correct answer. So that's what we are talking about when we say the options, the distractors, should be plausible answers. So with these 4 options, it's quite clear and straightforward and short for both students and teachers to be able to arrive at their decision. Let's look at the golden rules for constructing MCQs. There are many. I think you have at least 20 or more about these rules. However, here we've only mentioned 6. So since we have 6 here, you have to just look at these 6 and go and read more from the link I'll be giving you. I may not want to go through all these, but I'm just saying arranging options vertically, which we have done. It is expedient to avoid testing many things in one question. Let a question test one item. All words and phrases that are common to all the options should be moved to the stem. So you don't keep saying engineering of marketing, engineering of building, engineering of electrical, engineering of. Instead, the word engineering, put it in the stem there, engineering of, and then just put marketing, engineering, marketing, building, and all that. You don't keep repeating that word. That's what it means if you have such an example. Make the first few multiple choice questions quick and easy so that the students will not be discouraged. Do not attach more than 2 questions to a diagram. If you have a diagram, 2 questions maximum to that diagram. If you want to ask more questions, put out more diagrams so that there won't be confusion. Make sure that you put a caption that is clear for the students. For example, select the best option or select the best answer from the following. This correct information so that the students are properly guided. This is the link to the multiple choice, so the golden rules of multiple choice questions. This is by Emeritus Professor Emeritus Okebukola has 20 golden rules on this link, and it will be very useful for you to get the remaining golden rules, because we treated just 6. And in conclusion, question is a teacher's most powerful tool, which helps to highlight misconceptions and produce students of high quality. Thank you, and see you on Thursday for the facilitation, where we shall address your queries. Bye-bye.